Hello and welcome back to the colony with Man of the Antz. So today we're going to take a quick look at Chronos Before the Ashes. So if you don't know, Chronos is actually a game that was out in VR a long time ago, back in, well, I played it in May 2017 and I think it was out before then. So it's been out for a few years, but following the success of Remnant from the Ashes, which is from the same developers, Gunfire, they've re-released Chronos as a pancake flat screen non-VR game, called it Chronos Before the Ashes. Now I must say I was, to start with, very excited because I thought it was a new Chronos game in the same universe, and I was just so happy they were going back to that world with Chronos rather than Remnant. But actually no, it's the remake of the VR game, which is a little disappointing, but you can see why they've done it because of the outstanding success they had with Remnant. So I should also say as well a big thank you to GOG Games for let me have a key to take a look at the game. So massive thank you to you guys. I don't normally say, but down below in the description there will be a link to the GOG store where you can pick up the game if you wish. Right, so yes, you can choose between a male and female, a sword, axe, blah blah blah. I'm going to go with axe just because I started my VR game with a sword, so we'll go with axe. We'll stick with adventure, and we'll go with female because I had a male character last time. So this is just going to be a quick look, not a full playthrough, because it is the same game that I've already played. So if you want to see the game, then you can take a look at the VR videos that I had. I'll try and remember to put a link in the description to those as well.
Sit. Listen all. Listen well. Tonight I speak to you the tale. Tale of the Scouring. Long past.
Oh, I can move.
World
Ha ha ha.
was different. Towers of metal and stone scraped the sky. People roamed free, never hid, never feared. Thousands of us, tens of thousands.
Probably more than that.
Not like our tiny tribes. Then came the beasts. From inside one of the rusted places. Hunted us. Drove us into the cracks and crevices.
This isn't very crack or crevicey we're in, but okay.
Orders, directed by the will of one.
Ooh, who's that one, I wonder?
The dragon.
Oh, okay, it's the dragon.
Was him scoured our world. Scours it still from where he hides. You're our bravest, young one.
Who?
Smartest. Best.
Me?
Once a year, in the dark.
Must be me.
Rusted places, the great stone wakes, opens the way to the other world. When it does, you will go through. You will find the dragon.
Shake his hand, make a deal, sacrifice you all for great power.
Kill it.
Oh, okay. That's close.
Get thrown back out for the deed is done. You might. But you will use that year. Grow stronger. Wiser. Till the stone wakes again. And you keep going back. To your last breath. You keep going back. Till the dragon dies.
Or I die, I suppose. That could also happen.
Or you do.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay. Just wanted to be very clear. So as that sort of hinted at, the sort of unique selling point of Chronos is that each time you die in the labyrinth in the game, you come back, the game just restarts, well it doesn't restart, but you get reloaded to where you were, but you're a year older. So you start off I think at 18 and you get older the more times you die. I imagine there is a limit to how much you can die, though I didn't find that before. When you were younger, young, fit and healthy, you were better with strength and strength weapons, and the older you get, I believe, the better you get with magic and magic abilities and weapons and stuff. So that's quite an interesting little mechanic. So, as you can see, it's a third-person game, played with a behind-the-person camera. So the immediate difference between this and the VR version of Chronos was that Chronos was a fixed camera game, so you couldn't spin the camera around. You were up there somewhere, I think, maybe where that little stalactite is there. And then each time you move a certain amount and go past the camera's field of view, it would load up the next fixed point camera, which worked generally pretty well. Sometimes if the camera orientation swapped, it could be a little confusing as to which direction you're going in, but in VR that's a reasonable compromise. That's the word I was looking for, compromise. So you can hold B to sprint. You can see we've got a stamina bar up there. So it looks pretty good. It is, as I say, it's a bit of an older game anyway, so we wouldn't expect it to be... Well, I wouldn't expect it to look as good as Remnant, I suppose. But it looks pretty good, because you're obviously a lot closer up to some of the stuff than you were in VR, so I imagine they've had to work on the textures a bit to get them up to snuff as it is. But you can see like the shadow on the back of her there is a little bit jaggedy, which is a little bit of a shame underneath her hood. And also the main thing you lose in VR is the ability to look around freely and easily and to get a sense of scale. So a lot of people would walk in here, go to that lift and go up. What you wouldn't do is go, oh, that's a very high thing. But the first thing I did in VR when I got into this bit was I looked up, just because you naturally look around to look at your surroundings and saw that there. So you do lose that. But as I say, you completely understand why they've done this. I will say that it's being advertised as a prequel to Remnant, and I always thought Remnant was the prequel to Chronos, to be honest. I always got the feeling that Remnant happened before Chronos did. So that's just me misunderstanding things a little bit. That lighting's quite nice, isn't it? And I remember I did go back and look at a couple of the sort of first, skip through the first Chronos video I did in VR many years ago, and I did comment on how good the rocks look when they're wet. That wet texture in the rain looks really, really nice. It's a bit more difficult to see actually in this compared to VR. You can't quite get a good angle on it, but I thought that looks really nice. I'm pretty sure it does look better than it did in VR, because obviously the VR had to be pared down a little bit to get it to run at a higher frame rate, and it was an older game, so it had to be aimed at lower spec systems than would exist today, and none of those 3080s around back in the day. Not that there are any around today, of course. Few and far between the mystical I don't have a 3080, by the way. That was just one I plucked out of the air. In case you are wondering, I don't often say, but I'm running a Ryzen 7 2700X, I think it is. And a 1080 Ti is my graphics card. It's not too shabby. Although I am eagerly looking at the potential 3080 Ti that's on its way. So you can see this is the stone. You might just better figure out that that's the stone that she was talking about in the intro. It doesn't look quite ready to go yet, does it? Let's take a look at this computer. I'm not going to read every single thing like I would have in the previous thing, because this isn't going to be a full playthrough, so we'll just try and skip through to get into the labyrinth. Or the rusted place, as she called it. Yeah, the lighting's quite nice. So I would say some of the textures aren't quite... I think the annoying thing is that your character is the thing which looks like it isn't quite up to snuff graphics-wise compared to everything else. And usually it's the other way around, where the character has such lavish detail on them. So you can see that this looks like it happened World War II-ish, I would say. It looked like the fall happened. They don't look particularly modern military, do they? Something shiny over there. A key, wonderful, thank you. That door's got a red light, so I assume we can't go through there. And there's another computer here. Press the menu button to bring out the keys. We can use the key to slot into there and activate the system. Mainframe access. Nope. Base control. Disable lockdown. Well, that worked. Initiate order 13. No. Okay. Fair enough. And as I say, I won't dig into all the reports and everything. You can either watch the VR playthrough, or, of course, you may be thinking about picking this up yourself, in which case you can go through all of the nitty-gritty details in your own time. So yeah, really I just wanted to get a look and a feel for how this compared to the VR version. I think overall the third-person camera is probably going to be preferential. There's our first glimpse of one of the rusted place creatures. So in VR, the camera was about here but higher. So you could occasionally see him come past the window. He's a lot more mysterious. You could sort of hear him shuffling around, but you didn't really get many good looks at him. Whereas in the third person one, he's obviously very clearly in there. Very hard to miss. Nothing for us to worry about too much there. If you were into Remnant, I did play through Remnant on the channel. I did it as a live stream, so the videos do get locked. Yep. I thought it would because he was in there somewhere, wasn't he? So you can catch up with my Remnant playthrough if you wish. Where I started trying to do a single player and then thought, no, not for me. Let's get some friends in to help me out a little bit. Oh, there we go. There is the big awoken stone, look. I don't know whether the base was built around it or the stone was brought here, but there it is. Ready to do its magical thing. Well, that looks pretty broken, so we're not going to get through there, are we? So, obviously I didn't watch this bit when I skipped through my previous video. I assume that taking the lockdown off... No, because why else would we have to come in here if the lockdown was off? Oh, I don't know. Maybe we can go back to where that smaller stone was now. And maybe that smaller stone will work. Pretty sure the load times are much improved from the original version. It's either that or my hard drive's just maybe. I do run a SSD. I'm pretty sure it would have been SSD before, but maybe just my computer's a bit better at loading things. Ah, there we go. So this is up and running now. So let's just initialize it. There it is. And then we can go up and just give this a little touch. Little touch. Bing. And yes, please, we shall travel to that zone. The starting area in the rusted zone. Rusted place. Rusted place? I think it's place, wasn't it? So again, the kind of the... almost a bit of a shame thing here is a lot of people would run straight to that door and they wouldn't take a step back and look around the surroundings and notice these interesting statues and the such like. Not many people would look up in that when there's nothing else much around. So that is the thing it loses in VR. As I say, the fixed camera did have its issues. That didn't stop me from enjoying Chronos a fantastic amount, aside from one fairly frustrating puzzle. Being in first person does immediately show you that that's over there, which you couldn't see in the right bumper to do a standard attack, right trigger to do a heavy attack. Is that different to the Chronos controls, the original Chronos controls? I believe it is. See, there's a little hobgoblin enemy over there. What's block then? Ah, left bumper. Ah. What's on B to dodge? Right. Just get my bearings. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button to attack now. Just assumed it'd be a face button. So I think I'll probably tell you later, but if you do the sort of shield parry, which is the left trigger, you get a little momentary stun on the enemy so you can go in and attack them. The crystal heart courses with the lifeblood of a dragon. Press Y when wounded to consume the heart and restore your health. So Y is your heal option. You can see how we got our potion marked in the top left there. I saw a little dude running around here. I don't know if there's a way of locking onto them. Oh, I timed that badly. That's 2 hits I've taken now. Something over here for us to look at. Heard the wailing at night. And it mentions the Cyclops who, you know, maybe we'll come across the Cyclops later. Who knows? So that brought back memories of the the fixed camera a little bit. See, there's a couple of guys over there. Ah, and this looks like it's going to be locked, doesn't it? 100% locked. Okay. Let's head back down the ladder. I knew I went the other way in my playthrough on the VR side. I didn't know I went the other way specifically because that door was locked. Live and learn, you know? Don't think you can break the barrels? No. No, 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 no. Oh, my timing is terrible. Block with left bumper. Block and deplete stamina. Press the left trigger to attempt a shield parry. Well, I attempted it. When low on health, you will limp, and you can use the Dragon Heart to resuscitate. Am I in limping mode, am I? You can see I'm looking a little bit disheveled, aren't I? And what have we got in here? Just some boxes. Another little piece of lore. The king has decreed the temple off limits. Stop all work immediately, no exceptions. So do I try to take this guy on? I keep pressing the wrong one to block. You can now dodge whilst you are using your shield, which I don't think I'm going to have to use that heart. Running, running, running. Yeah, I ran away because I knew there's a little animation for the heal that I would struggle to do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure in the VR version you couldn't block and dodge. I'm pretty sure I said that at one point during my initial video. I was so focused on trying to get close to him. Obviously I did get a lot better at this game at one point, but I've lost a few of my skills over the years. Like I say, it's been over 3 years since I played the original. And I don't think you can really get anything collectible from anything. Oh, maybe from the chest you can. No. Got excited when I saw the chest, but no. Or press R to lock on. Ah, right. Thought there was a way. I think I managed to parry by accident then. And then now it gives you the health bar as well, which is handy. So you can see him really easily in this. In VR, I think your camera was up there. And you couldn't see him until you got close to the area. So those sort of things are quite interesting. I'm guessing that's a level up. Yep. So let's have a look at the level up system. So we can spend attribute points on strength, agility, arcane, or vitality. Probably quite obvious what they do. Strength, damage done increases. See how damage increases from 62 to... Oh, there we go. There we go, our damage increases. Damage, block, and defense. Agility does more evade. No, it does less evade. I think it depends on the weapon you've got equipped. I think that's probably what it is. And that's your health, obviously. So we're going to put on strength. I'm pretty sure the axe is a strength. Yeah, which weapon both on there. Is a strength-based weapon. You can have a look there. It says strength affinity 1.6. I guess it would say agility affinity if it's an agility-based weapon. I can't remember exactly, but I'm assuming the affinity means 1.6 times your strength is like a bonus damage you get on top, something like that. That would make sense, wouldn't it? For a second there, that little noise, I thought maybe I took a little bit of damage when I fell down that step. Oh, hello, where are you? I keep continually pressing the wrong button to do the parry. I think if I was doing a playthrough, I'd probably swap the controls so that the shoulder button was parry, because that's what I'm obsessed with pressing. So this is the door we couldn't get through before, so we can unlock that for ourselves, just in case we need to come back this way. And then we'll head up this ladder and see where it goes. See, that lighting's quite nice there again. And see, again, there's another hidden enemy there who isn't very hidden, because you could see him quite clearly as I came up there. Come on then. Oh, and there's a lever there. Try not to get too close to the roaring flames that I assume would do me a bit of damage. And that'll have turned off the fire down below. Which was, where was the fire? Oh, through here, yes. Somehow got myself very lost between those two rooms. Another one of those emo statues. Oh, hello. Hello. Well, I did better with them compared to the last one, didn't I? Ooh, wasn't expecting there to be a cliff up there. Ooh, 3 enemies now. Okay. Oh my word. So we might get... I was going to show you the sort of dying mechanics before the end of the video. That might be happening a bit sooner. Oh, there it is. Just as I pressed dodge as well. So there is our first death in Chronos. I can't remember how old I got in the playthrough I did. I did finish the game though. And there's our first slightly longer load screen. So it kicks us back to the last stone that we came to. All the enemies come back and everything, and each time your character dies they advance in age by 1 year. When young, strength and agility are dominant, but as your character ages, arcane becomes more prominent. When severely advanced in age, strength and agility can no longer be purchased. You can see, if you remember when I did my level up, you couldn't level up arcane at all. After your character dies, all dragon hearts in your inventory are fully recharged. We have 1 dragon heart so far, so that has been recharged. So that basically chucks us right back to the beginning, but we've leveled up already, essentially. That's the main difference. And then we can kill these enemies again. Hopefully without taking as much damage. And remember to press... I keep pressing Y to attack. What is wrong with me? And again, I did it again. I tried to heal that time. Wow. That's okay. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We can do this. Immediately pressed Y again. Obsessed with hitting Y. Well, we've healed again. So that's something. So at this point, you could go through there and take on the enemies you fought already, or you could take the shortcut that we opened up before. For some reason, even though a whole year has advanced, they don't go and lock the doors that you fiddled with previously. And it'll be a little hard to see any aging of our character, but obviously, as you progress through the game and you get significantly older, you can see your character age. You should get rid of this guy. Oh my god, we both suck, mate. And then, oh no, we need to go through there, don't we? Yes, of course we do. We did level up again, so let's pop in here. See, we can't spend anything on arcane. And the cost of arcane, we can't spend anything because it costs 3 points to upgrade at the moment because of our young, youthful age. I'm also not sure how easy it is to see on the recording, but the character on the left is quite a low resolution compared to everything else. I'm running the game at 1440, And it's quite pixelated. It's a little bit of a shame they haven't upscaled that to make it look a little better. So we shall upgrade ourselves a bit. We don't have anything here, do we? No, we're all still on the base. Oh, that's something I could show you very quickly. Well, I can't really show you much. But you can see that as you age, you do unlock traits as you go. So we're 19 at the moment. So if we die again, then you'll see that trait unlock and you'll see that aspect of the game. So this is where we were before. Now I'd like to stay here so that ranged guy... Oh, timed that badly. So that ranged guy can't get me. But obviously now he can as soon as I step out. Dodged right into it. That's my mistake there. Oh, you are kidding me. I meant to do that so I could show you the trait mechanic. That's fine. So our age is up to 20 years old now. So now we'll unlock the trait. If I was actually taking my time with the game, I probably would have gone through the other areas and tried to get a bit more experience before we got to that part. So every 10 years you unlock a trait. The nature of the trait changes as you age. You can get brute strength, which increases your weapon damage, youthful vigor, which increases your maximum health, or arcane essentially. But we're going to go with brute strength for now. And let's have a look at what that looks like. So our damage is now up to 82. So is that just a flat 20 bonus to our damage? Not sure. Not sure what we were on before, but that's definitely a fair amount more, isn't it? So we were on a good solid 3 hits to deal with the enemies before, weren't we? Let's see what this looks like now. Oh yeah, so the parry and the extra 2 hits, but you can see that we're very close to just almost killing them in. Ooh. Keep getting it into lock on as well, don't I? That's the other thing I don't do. That would help me out. But I think we're going to call that there anyway. I just wanted to give you guys a quick comparison of this and then to the VR version. As I say, I'll link my VR version in the description down below, so you can take a bit of a comparison of how the cameras, in particular the cameras, because that's the main thing that's different. Leveled up again, lovely. Get another vitality and another strength. I'm not too worried about agility at the moment. 86. Wonder if that'll give us enough to take them out in a single hit with a parry now. Not if I miss, it won't. Not if I miss. Well, apparently I hate those ranged guys with a fiery passion. Yeah, so we're going to leave that there. So I hope you've enjoyed this quick look at Chronos before the Ashes. If you are new to Chronos and you are here mainly because of the Remnant link, this will hopefully help expand upon the lore of the game a little bit. That's the main thing I enjoyed with Remnant, really, was the fact that it did expand on the game lore so much, and I was already really into Chronos beforehand, so to see that was really nice. Ah, there we go. I was going to try and get past him, but I failed again. I'm sure I wasn't that bad at the game before, but I was kind of rushing my way through anyway. Like I say, I would spend a bit more time trying to use a bit more finesse. So I hope you enjoyed this quick look at Chronos before the Ashes. If you did, do hit the like button. Always appreciated. You can check out the VR playlist down below. And I'll also try to remember to link to the Remnant playthrough I did as well, the live stream. So you can check that out if you're interested as well. Comment, subscribe, all those good things. I will hopefully see you next time in some other, I usually say magical VR adventure, but magical non-VR or non-VR version of a VR adventure, something like that. And as always, thank you very much for joining me.